Hi, I'm Adam Burtonshaw, Head of Technical Services here at Westomatic. Thank you for joining us for this week's Tech Talk. This week we're going to be looking at refrigeration. We're going to look at the refrigeration on our EC6000 as well as our snack point range. These are the same fridge, slight differences. So the two main problems we have with fridges being sent back are the compressor being starved of oxygen because it hasn't been cleaned out. Here's a good example of that, and a problem with the probes, which we'll go through later. So when we're talking about these two main issues, if we look at this as the cost implement, just to ship it back and to ship it out and back, it's going to cost around £100, and changing a compressor is going to cost around £350 to £400. So simply keeping it clean and running efficiently will prolong our life and save you that cost, as well as if it's a probe issue, you can buy a new probe for around £10, and that'll stop you having to go through all the shipping process to get it here just for a part that you could have changed in the field. So we'll talk about how to test that and what to look at next when we move over the machine. So now we're going to talk about how to clean your fridge in situ as well as remove it if we need to test the probes. So with the machine isolated, open the door. It's a simple half turn, top left, top right. This compartment slides out, opening up the fridge area. So this is the grill we looked at earlier. What we'll do is take a hoover, clean straight the way down, taking off any dust that is stuck on there. We want to use a hoover because we want to be pulling out any of the dust. What we don't want to be doing is blowing any of it back inside the fridge and circulate and block anything up in there, which is why we use a hoover, so we make sure we extract it all. There's grills here as well that can be cleaned. These will get clogged up as well. These can be cleaned from underneath or above with a vacuum cleaner. Once we've done that, if we need to remove the fridge, test the probes of the fans, it's a simple process. So you've got two plugs here on an EC6000. Simply disconnect both of them. That's where they are on an EC6000. On a snack point, they will be located here with the same plug, same principle. All we do then, simply drop these two down, so drop the pin down from the seal, and it's as easy as slide out the fridge, and then we can lift the fridge out and start to work on it. Let's look at one on a bench. So now we've got our fridge out, we're going to look at how to check it, how to test the probes and check the fans. So first of all, we're going to check the fans. We want to check these spin nice and freely, nothing blocking up, no resistance against them. So that's spinning nice. You've also got a fan in here. You want to just spin that, make sure that's spinning nice and freely. So the next thing we're going to look at now is our probes. Now a new probe can cost you £10 to change that, whereas if it's just throwing up an error and you send the fridge back, you've got all the shipment costs plus repair we spoke about earlier. So it's a really cost-effective thing to do to test these probes, see what the problem is. So you've got two probes that sit in here. You've got your evaporator probe, which sits inside this little tube here, and you've also got your carburetor probe, which sits here. Now they get wired in here. So we've got both marked up. One has an E evaporator and A for A. So if we want to be checking them, what we're looking at is an ohmic range between 800 and 1000. So anything in there is going to be a healthy probe. Anything out of that, we're going to want to look to change it. So we're going to take our multimeter that we looked at from our tool Tech Talk. I'm going to put the ohms. I'm going to check both points. We've got a 927, so that's nice and healthy, and say that probe is working. I'm happy with that. You can also test the other probe. Yep, 924, 925. that's nice and healthy. So I'm happy both these probes are working. Obviously just check you're doing the end to the probe and not the end back to the board. Just a little tip, because I'm sure we've all done that at some point. So once we've done that, we know our probes are okay. We know we've cleaned the front of our fridge, so that's had a health check and that's done. We've also checked our fans are running. Happy this fridge is all working. Put it back in the machine. So as we were talking about the probes, just to relate back to these 6000, if you had error code 10, I would be looking at the cab probe, and if I had error code 11, I would be looking at the evaporator probe. These are the same probe, so you can swap them to see if you move the error around, if that's something you want to do for diagnostics. However, testing them will tell you whether they're working or not. So just to reiterate, you can order one of these probes for £10. Can save you a hell of a lot of money rather than shipping it back to us. Now you know to test it and look at it. They're available across all of our snacking range, as well as E6000, the same probes, so they're interchangeable. And remember, something as simple as just cleaning your fridge can save you a hell of a lot of money and time and downtime as well. So thank you very much for joining us. Our next one is going to be about the 6000 as a machine. Look forward to seeing you then. Any questions, feel free to send them in and ask.